Okay.
Yeah, so I guess we're already recording. I'll just give a quick intro for people who may be watching or who may watch in the future. So Ron Goran is a astronaut, aquanaut. You've been in the military, all sorts. You've had quite an exciting life. And you have a book which is really cool, and it's the name of this discussion is The Orbital Perspective. I am listening to the audiobook now. I'm probably only about an hour and a half in or something like that, but I'm really enjoying it. And it seems the focus is really how to take not just how, but why it's involved and dimensional thinking. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm already feeling a bit inspired by it. So
yeah, I'm. You're breaking up on my end. I'm not sure I have the bandwidth.
No.
I'm on cellular right now, so it's. Am I breaking up to you?
No, you're actually very clear. But if you can't,
no, it's intermittent. Occasionally, I can't hear you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, if you have problems hearing me, then just ask me to say it again, and
And I
that way again.
And I didn't catch your name.
So I was just
Matt.
I'm Matt.
Okay, super.
Matt Lally.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Rude of me. So really, really enjoying the book so far, the audiobook. I've read a lot of. I've read some things you've written about the election, corruption. There are lots of interesting things to talk about with you. So I wanted to start by sort of talking about the orbital perspective. I'm really interested in most people don't take the orbital perspective. Obviously, most people have never been into space. Give me an overview of what that is. What do people think? Oh, Ron, I think you may have lost me.
All I heard, I think you asked me to give an overview of what the orbital perspective is, and then you cut out. Is that the gist of it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I think, you hit on one of the main tenets of the orbital perspective, and that is that you don't have to be in orbit to have the orbital perspective. It doesn't require going to space to take a big picture, long-term view of the problem-solving process on our planet. And what I mean by a big picture view is not just, zooming out to, a larger geographic area, but it's also taking, this a very long-term approach. It's looking at things not over, looking at the effects of whatever decision you make, any intervention, any development effort, any poverty alleviation program, whatever it is that you're doing, looking at the impacts of that, not over the course of, months, but, years or decades or beyond. And I think a lot of things that make sense in the short term and make sense locally don't always make sense in the long term, or don't make sense when we zoom out to a planetary level. And so the orbital perspective is basically the overcoming of this false and limited mindset of separation. It's the recognition of the truth of the reality of the world that we live in. The reality of the world that we live in, which is clearly visible from space, is that each and every one of us is deeply not only interconnected, but interdependent, and not just amongst ourselves, but amongst every living system on the planet, every living thing on the planet, and the planet itself. And so they're not things that you can separate. They're intertwined. And one of the things that really became apparent after I saw the planet from space is that we're living a lie. We live in this artificially constructed world, and I'm going to stop because I can't see you anymore. So I'm thinking maybe we dropped.